And this is a real issue, no matter who raises it or who tries to dismiss it out of hand as a conspiracy theory. Electronic voting is not as secure as traditional hand counting, period. It never will be as secure. Voters can see this because it's obvious and it makes them nervous. And why wouldn't it make them nervous? Our leaders have given us every reason not to trust technology. The people now telling us to stop asking questions about voting machines are the same ones who claimed that our phones weren't listening to us. They lie. We all know that. Other countries understand it. They don't use electronic voting because they know it undermines confidence in democracy. A system cannot function if no one trusts the vote. And that's true here too, as we're finding out. Going forward, we need to find out exactly what happened in this month's presidential election. We need to find out no matter how long it takes the investigation to unfold or how much it costs. And once we get answers from that investigation, we ought to revert immediately to the traditional system of voting, the one that served our democracy for hundreds of years. What we're doing now is not working.
Tucker, electronic voting is safe. How do I know? In the last 25 years, we've had billions of votes cast in thousands of elections, from Seattle to the Florida Panhandle, with only a handful of attempts at fraud.
But thousands of votes are gathered and they come in and they're dumped.
And of those cases, there were people trying to manipulate paper ballots. Electronic voting scares the GOP because they're a bunch of old white people who used to call the Geek Squad to change the batteries in their smoke detectors. And electronic voting makes the process more efficient, so more people can vote, which means more people participate in our democracy, which ultimately means more people start to see through their, well, you know.
That is one big pile of shit.
Tucker talks about the huge number of Republicans who still think Trump won like it's a Harvard think tank, when instead it's more like a tribe of people on some undiscovered island who think there are people inside their TV set. Technology and science aren't the enemy. The irony here is Tucker and his Proud Boys couldn't stop bitching about mail-in ballots.
We all saw it happen.
So now they're whining about electronic ones.
Then Democrats used the coronavirus to change our system of voting.
Oh, wait, Tucker, you're saying Democrats used the pandemic to cheat by allowing people to vote by mail like that's something wrong? Like Trump does every 4 years, like the millions who serve our country overseas?
Not enough has been written about this, but anyone on the ground saw it. Thanks to legal harassment from the left, the NRA played a vastly reduced role in this election.
Oh, now you're saying the left intimidated the NRA? Us snowflakes with our hand-painted signs and tie-dyed shirts scared Dirty Harry?
I know what you're thinking, punk.
On many levels, the system was rigged against one candidate and in favor of another. And it was rigged in ways that were not hidden from view.
I love that logic. There's a conspiracy. And if you say, prove it, they say, you're part of the conspiracy.
If you use technology to censor the ideas that people are allowed to express online, ultimately you control how the population votes.
Yes, Twitter and Facebook, the tech giants who ushered in Trump back in 2016, finally censored Trump from tweeting his batshit crazy tweets like Obama faked killing bin Laden. That's not censorship, that's telling the truth. Trump's drip, drip, drip concession angers Tucker because he can feel the transition away from their campaign of hate and fear and returning to a nation of promise and hope. I'll vote for that.